So what's a $600 detailing add-on that allows me to level up my game and make sure my customers get what they want? Let's talk about it. About 6 years ago in my detailing business, I wanted a really easy way to offer ceramic coatings to people who didn't really fit into that high income earner category and therefore didn't want to pay high prices, but still wanted to pay a higher price than a traditional detail service would be, and also experience the benefits of a ceramic coating on their vehicle. And so I decided to actually offer ceramic coatings without necessarily paint correcting or enhancing the paint beforehand. Now I know a lot of you guys hear me say putting a ceramic coating onto paint that is not corrected and you want to burn me at the stake because this is absolutely ridiculous. But before I show you one of the most radical jobs that I actually did this on because the paint was absolutely horrible and yet we put a ceramic coating on it anyways, I want to make a really quick disclaimer. I decided a long time ago in my detailing business that I really didn't want to have to decide for the customer what it is they should and shouldn't want. I wanted to rather understand what my market did want and figure out how I could actually fulfill the demand of those desires and therefore build a successful business that allowed me to get what I want, the customer to get what they want, and actually have the car have some value applied to it that the customer was actually paying for. And that's where this particular type of service fits in as even just an add-on. Now I'm taking you guys back to a black Lexus that was picked up by a maintenance client of mine when he traded in his big truck, and this black paint was in absolutely terrible condition. The first owner didn't take care of it whatsoever, and we went in to do some paint correction to it. We realized, hey, this paint is in such bad condition, paint correction isn't even worth it because there is so much damage that it would have to be wet sanded, repainted, and re-clear coated. Let's slap a ceramic coating on top of this fully stripped paint because you're going to be keeping this in the garage. It's going to protect it for at least the next 2 years, even without regular maintenance because of the type of coating we're using, and you're going to be able to get the value you want out of it at a price that also feels good to you. Now, in the same way that many of you have a religious aversion to actually applying a ceramic coating onto paint that has not been corrected or enhanced, you probably also have an extreme aversion to calling a ceramic coating an add-on. So I'd like to explain why that could actually benefit your detailing business rather than hurt your detailer's ego. One of the reasons why detailers have such a hard time selling ceramic coatings to customers is because there is some explanation that gets lost in translation when they're telling the customer everything that has to go into the ceramic coating being applied to try to justify the really high price point. And when you can break down a ceramic coating into something that is not this 5-day process that requires a $2,500 investment, but rather something that will protect the car for the next year to 3 years, depending on what coating you're using, and depending on how the car is either garage kept or not garage kept or maintained afterward. And it doesn't have to dramatically change the detail that they're already paying for, but rather add a lot of value in terms of the long-term durability that they're going to get on the exterior of their paint without paint correction and not at a crazy price point. Customers actually have a lot easier time digesting that, and this can be a fantastic approach for customers that you've only done business with once or twice, and it naturally gets them in the door as a maintenance client as well. And this black Lexus is actually a really good scenario because it explains what I'm talking about perfectly, in that the customer was primed for something like a ceramic coating, but not for something like a $3,000 or a $2,000 price point, simply because the paint is in really terrible condition. It's probably going to be traded in the next 4 years, and that particular car is obviously not a showpiece, and he's not trying to make it that, but he does want to take pride in a car that is new to him, and he's actually in a scenario right here where he's emotionally attached to the car because it's new. Yes, the car is old. Yes, the car is damaged, but it does feel like Christmas even when you get a used car in your garage. And because of that, it's the perfect time to apply ceramic coating, charge the customer for it, add fantastic value for the lifetime of their ownership of the vehicle, and make them really happy with the results. Now guys, of course it takes a lot more than just 1 or 2 products like a ceramic coating to actually get a car to the point where it can be ceramic coated. And so we want to make sure you guys have access to the full list of preparation products that you need. I will list what I consider to be those fundamental ceramic coating preparation products below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, make sure to share it on any of your social media pages, or just tell another detailer to check it out because it might be the information they need to save a lot of money and to save a lot of time. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I'll see you in the next video.